Jordan. So, I've got two spicy hot, spicy movies coming for you. Okay, let's start with The Devil's Advocate.
A young attorney has the chance of a lifetime.
Milton Chadwick Waters.
We want you to come to New York. All expenses, first class, travel and lodging, you and your wife.
Oh my God.
He will enter a place of wealth and ambition.
We've got 40 partners vested at the moment. In addition to our corporate clients, we're currently representing about 25 foreign countries. He's got you scheduled for 15 minutes, so make the most of it.
John Milton.
Kevin Lomax.
Well, what's that like? One day you're putting them away, next day you're setting them free.
Takes a little getting used to.
Pays better though, doesn't it?
Welcome to Babylon, Ma.
Speak of the devil.
A world of power and seduction,
Who's that with the senator?
controlled by one man.
I swear he can hear us. Hell, he can smell us.
He will make your dreams come true.
Starring one Mr. Keanu Reeves and one Mr. Al Pacino, and Charlize Theron, and I think I'm missing someone. The dad from Beetlejuice, and the principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off is in it, and he gets killed, and it's very funny. And,
Bueller.
I don't think I'm missing anybody else. But anyway, so most of this movie is Keanu Reeves is a lawyer. He's a piece of shit lawyer. He's a piece of shit defense lawyer who is defending reprehensible people, and he has taken the interest of a high-powered lawyer firm in New York, headed by John Milton, played by Al Pacino. And a good portion of this movie is just a boring kind of lawyer movie, where and eventually it starts off with he's in court defending the world's stupidest pedophile in existence. So the movie opens with he's cross-examining a young teenage girl who is accusing her teacher of molesting her. But while the girl is saying her testimony, the teacher is touching himself.
And then I screamed. Then he got mad and said we would have to try it again sometime.
Did he try again?
Not with me.
And it's like, and so Keanu Reeves is immediately
All right,
like,
so I'm gonna guess the twist is one of the lawyers murders criminals that get away with it.
no. So Keanu Reeves is effectively like, dude, I'm not gonna represent you. You clearly did it. Like, you obviously did it. I can't. And the guy's like, oh, come on, man. So then Keanu Reeves ends up brutally cross-examining this girl and making her cry and basically getting the guy off on reasonable doubt. So yes, he ends up working for Al Pacino, and he's doing this big important case where this big important client is being accused of murdering his wife, his daughter, and their maid. And it's basically about him building this defense. And as it goes on, it's sort of looking more and more like this guy did it, and he's selecting a jury that's most beneficial to him, whatever. And in the meantime, his wife, played by Charlize Theron, is freaking out. Like, they've moved to New York. She's living in this apartment. She's having weird visions. Like, at one point, you know Law and Order SVU.
I'm aware of it. Yes.
One of the characters, and she's kind of a serious, not serious, but she's kind of a respectable character. Is the name is Miranda, and she's the
chief, right?
Not the chief, but
she's the one who's a mom.
No, that's Olivia. Miranda is coroner. She's the coroner. So she's a recurring character, someone they go to who gives them coroner information. And she's in this as like, I don't remember exactly what her relationship is, but at one point she's friends with Charlize Theron, Keanu Reeves' wife, and she just takes her shirt off and shows her boobs. There's a lot of nudity in this movie, a great deal of it. And it was really weird because I'm like, I know her as Miranda from Law & Order SVU, a reasonably serious character, and just all of a sudden like, whoa, okay. Wasn't expecting that.
But were you disappointed?
I was not. I was not disappointed, no. And so while this is all happening, the wife keeps having visions of demons and like various evil spirits and whatnot, and Keanu Reeves just thinks that she's going crazy. And it gets to a point, blah blah. The movie's like 2.5 hours long, and it kind of meanders quite a bit. But it gets to the point where he's in court defending the guy who is obviously a murderer, and the entire time he's like hanging out with Al Pacino, his boss, and his boss is like this unhinged maniac of a guy. The performance is phenomenal, by the way. He's the best part of this movie, and he goes home, and his wife is in like distress, and she basically says that the Milton, Al Pacino, showed up and sexually assaulted her, basically raped her. And Keanu Reeves is like, that's impossible. He was in court with me all day. That there's no way that happened. You're clearly losing your mind. And he commits
Or
her,
lying.
Or lying. He commits her because she's constantly throughout the movie has slowly been like becoming more and more unhinged and losing her mind. So he commits her to insane hospital, basically. And
all right, big twist. Big twist. I'm calling it now. Big twist. He has a twin.
All right, that's fair.
So he could be in two places at once.
Al Pacino is basically says to Keanu Reeves, quit, essentially. Quit. Stop doing the case. Go take care of your wife.
John, I've got a jury showing up
You
this
love
morning.
this woman.
Yes, of course I do.
What are you doing, Ken? She's sick. Everyone will understand. I'll understand.
What about Cullen?
We find somebody new. You consult. You live to fight another day, son.
What are you talking about, consults? I put together a great jury.
It's a disappointment, I know. We have them. All of us have them. You use it. You embrace it. And then you move on.
Hang on. We gotta talk about this.
Oh, listen to yourself, Kevin. We gotta talk about this. It's your wife, man. She's sick. She needs you. She's gotta come first. Wait a minute, wait a minute. You mean the possibility of leaving this case has never even entered your mind?
You know what scares me? I quit the case, she gets better. And I hate her for it. I don't want to resent her, John. I've got a winner here.
The world will understand if you take a week to make sure that your wife is okay. And Keanu Reeves says, I'm just afraid that if I do that, she'll get better and I will resent her for it.
When he actually says that?
He actually says that, yeah.
That's really fucked up.
I will resent her for making me give up this case. So he doesn't. And so she completely snaps, and he goes to, and honestly, I think Keanu Reeves is quite good in this movie. He does a Kentucky Fried accent for most of it. That's awful. If I had a nickel for every weird accent Keanu Reeves had, I'd have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but it's weird. It happened twice. He's got a weird, but yeah. So he goes to see her in the hospital, and she's like blocked the door so they can't get in. He's trying to like break in, and she takes a piece of glass and herself, and it's quite powerful. It's quite like he's surprisingly good. It's not flat. There's actual emotion there. Like it's a decent performance. I was like, this is pretty solid. And so he goes to his mother because prior to the wife doing this thing with the glass, he's talking to the mother, and the mother's telling the story about how his dad was this like waiter she met when she came to New York one time and hooked up with. And so he goes back and he's like, finish the story about my dad. And she reveals, big twist, that Al Pacino is Keanu Reeves' dad.
his face that night. I knew it was him.
Say it.
I mean, you were so proud that you had just come to New York and done this all on your own, and
Say
you
it!
didn't have the heart to tell you. I mean, you wondered yourself, the money,
Say
the
it!
apartment, all the attention, everything out of nowhere.
Say it!
Milton, he's your father. He's your father.
Al Pacino. Sorry, say that again?
So she reveals that John Milton, the character that Al Pacino plays, is the Keanu Reeves character's dad.
Yeah, I'm just trying to picture that, and I just isn't. They're not that different in age. That
It's old enough that it's believable, but
okay, all right.
Yeah, he's like so it turns out that he's his dad, and basically he's been helping him out. The reason why he's a lawyer is because of him, and he's been watching them his entire life and been there his entire life or whatever. And up until that point, you just kind of think it's a bad dad. Like it's believable enough that like you could believe that he met the mother when he was like way younger and like they hooked up, and he's just a shitty, because the movie's like, oh, at some point like someone comes to him and is like, oh, he's got his hands in all this bad shit and he's a bad guy and he's very a bad guy. And then Jordan, it's revealed that you're probably wondering why this movie's called The Devil's Advocate. Well, Jordan,
He made a deal with it. He made a deal with the devil.
No, Jordan. It turns out, big twist. Big twist! Al Pacino is the devil.
Because you're my father.
I'm a little more than that, Kevin. Awfully hot in that courtroom, wasn't it? What's the game plan, Kevin? Was a nice run, Kev. Had to close out someday. Nobody wins them all.
What are you?
Oh, I have so many names.
Say,
Call me Dad.
Oh snap!
Satan, that guy. He's
So that means that Keanu Reeves is the son of Satan.
Yes, he's the son of Satan, yes. And so throughout the movie, Keanu Reeves has had kind of a crush on this curly-haired, red-headed coworker. There's a really long, very exceptionally weird sex scene where he's having sex with his wife, Charlize Theron, and she keeps turning into this coworker as he has sex with her, and like the Charlize Theron's like, "Where are you? You're not here with me. You're like somewhere else." And so then he reveals, "I'm the devil. I'm the devil. You're my son. Big deal. I fathered like literally thousands of children, and you're special." And she walks out, and he's like, "Yeah, this is your sister." And he's like, "Oh, to be more precise, it's your half sister." And he pats her stomach, and he goes, "And guess what? She's ovulating." And I'm like, wait, what? Why would he need to know that? That seems like an odd detail to mention. Why did you just say that?
What?
And so then Al Pacino's like, "I want you to have sex with her and create the Antichrist so I can attack God in heaven and start a new holy war."
What has this movie become? This was about lawyers.
So remember when I came out yesterday and I said that movie took a hard turn out of nowhere? It became really weird all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Up until this point, just seems like it's a lawyer movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what I was talking about. Where all of a sudden Al Pacino's the devil, and she's taking off her clothes and she's naked and she's walking up to him and she's like, "Don't worry about him. In about 3 minutes, you won't even remember your wife." And at no point in this interaction,
Also, I'm your sister.
So at no point in this interaction, so then
Or
Keanu Reeves is like
half-sister,
half sister.
or-
So Keanu Reeves is like, well, if I do this, what do I get out of it? And the whole thing is Al Pacino says that Keanu Reeves is, because Keanu Reeves is like, "I never lose," because he's a lawyer. He's like, "I never lose. I've never lost." And everyone's like, well, everyone loses at least once. He's like, oh, I never lose. So Al Pacino keeps saying that his greatest sin is vanity. And he's like, well, it turns out that your vanity is well founded because your seed can be used to create the blah, 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 the Antichrist or whatever. And so Keanu Reeves starts to take her clothes off and starts to take his clothes off and starts to have sex with her. But like prior up until they're actually doing it. And he at no point, like his objection is not based on the fact that it's his sister. He at no point says, no, it would be weird because it's my sister. I mean, granted, in his defense, up until about 5 minutes ago, he didn't know it was his sister. So I guess maybe that's the compartmentalization he can get through it.
Yes.
But like, it's so weird. They're like going at it on a table. And then he finally is like, free will, right? That's it. He's because Al Pacino's like, yeah, I can't affect free will. So I can't control you. All I can do is push you in a direction.
Is manipulate you into having sex with your sister.
So he's like, free will is kind of like butterfly wings, where, if you put just the correct amount of pressure on it, it completely collapses. And so right as he's about to have sex with his own sister, he looks at Al Pacino and he's like, free will, right? Ain't it a bitch, basically? And he shoots himself in the head.
It's time. Free will, right?
And he dies, and Al Pacino freaks out, and the sister melts and turns into a corpse and catches on fire. He catches on fire, and then as he catches on fire, he grows wings, and it turns into Keanu Reeves. But it's like CGI'd Keanu Reeves' face onto Al Pacino. It's really bizarre looking and weird. And then Jordan,
Okay, so he shoots himself in the head.
Yep.
His sister is fake.
I don't know.
Melts.
She just kind of turns into like a corpse.
Al Pacino melts.
He catches on fire. Everything catches on fire, and he grows angel wings and turns into Keanu Reeves.
How?
Because I guess the implication is that his angel form is Keanu Reeves. The reason why the reason he looks like Keanu Reeves because Keanu Reeves he's Keanu Reeves' dad, and his true form is looking like Keanu Reeves. I guess. I don't know, Jordan. It was a very confusing and weird ending. But that's not even the worst part. Jordan, we haven't even gotten
That's not the worst.
Jordan, there's one more twist.
Okay.
So Jordan, then it hard cuts and you see there's eyes and it pulls back, and it turns out that Keanu Reeves is at the beginning of the movie where he's about to defend the pedophile at the beginning of the movie that I mentioned earlier. It cuts and he's there, and the whole movie has just been a vision. None of it actually happened.
I quit.
You should. It was a bad ending.
I quit, Justin.
And then he's about to leave. No, so he goes in and he recuses himself from the pedophile case. He's like, yeah, I can't do this. I know he's bad. And his wife is still alive, so he hugs her and he's like, I'm so sorry. She's like, for what? Typical It's a Wonderful Life ending. And they go to leave, and he runs into a reporter. And he's like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. You should let me interview you. I'll make you super famous, and everyone will love you. You'll be the biggest thing since sliced bread. And he's like, no, I'm done. I'm going to probably get disbarred. I don't want any of that. And as he's leaving, this reporter, who has just so you know, he's a reporter, has a press thing, or like a strap that says press, turns into Al Pacino and is like, vanity, my favorite sin. And it just kind of implies that, like, he does this to everybody, like, where he's like, this is his way of, like, he's out there teaching lessons. And
Fucking with people.
Supposedly they tried to make a television show based on this. And I would totally watch that, where it's the devil shows up and he basically, it's like that movie Spirited, where he has to like fuck with the guy enough to make them change their ill-begotten ways. Yeah, it was weird, man.
Every time the devil messes with someone gets their wings.
I've never seen a movie go so far off the rails so quickly. There's so many really long, uncomfortable sex scenes in this movie. It's like, as he's about to have sex with the sister, there's like footage of random people just having sex behind him. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. That having been said, it's probably worth watching just for Al Pacino alone. Al Pacino is so good in this movie. It's just, he's so unhinged. There's a bit where he's like, "What did you do to my wife?" And he's like, "Well, if it's a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most depraved sexual act of Congress ever achieved, and 0 being, vanilla, we got it on at about a 7. 7. But yeah, it was weird. Very strange movie. Jordan, would you watch The Devil's Advocate?
I mean, just because of that fucked up twist, yeah.
Solid twist, right?
It feels like a car crash I have to watch.
You honestly, legit. I knew, obviously, like you said, not so much that I'm looking for a twist. I knew that the twist was that he was the devil. And I'd seen the clips of him revealing it, and it felt so out of left field in those clips. When I need to read about this movie, so I read about it, which is why I picked it for this. And when I read about it, I'm like, this sounds out of left field, and it is. It is completely out of left field. That like him being his dad is a twist that is believable within the context of the movie, but him being the devil comes so far out of left field. I thought it was gonna be like a metaphor, or that he wasn't actually gonna. Or I thought it was gonna be like a metaphor or allegorical, or that he wasn't actually the devil. But so then when the movie's like, no, he's the
literal devil.
He's the guy. He's the guy. It's not a metaphor. He's the guy. I was like, what? Weird ass movie. Anyway, that's The Devil's Advocate. Hey there, everybody. It's NCard Justin here. Let me know down in the comments, have you seen The Devil's Advocate? Do you agree? Does it go like weirdly far off the rails very quickly? Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. But in the meantime, if you'd like to see the full podcast that this video is from, our What to Twist special, you can click the box on the left. Or if you just want to see a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, click the box on the right. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out 7 days a week. Or you can just leave us a like. That helps us out too. We will see you all in the next video.